My name is Brian Sze Hang from Hong Kong Polytechnic University. So my presentation topic is this and reappearance of vernacular Chinese letterform of BeiWei KaiShu in Hong Kong. What do letterform do for a city, and how are they meaningful? In recent years, sociolinguists have been increasingly interested in the relationship between a text urban space and urban living. As Jutta Papan pointed out that shop signs play a significant role in the discursive reconstructions concerning place. Because visual aspects of writing such as fonts or colors are essential for the meanings conveyed on sign, we believe that the language and images employed by signs are inseparable from urban living, and creation of written signs can create social meaning for a place. Hong Kong used to be a city saturated with text, as its image of overlapping and cascading written signs in various forms in full moons across streets had created a unique urban spectacle. The traditional Chinese saying, writing as clothing, highlight a cultural belief in handwriting as a symbol of identity. For the Chinese, a person's character can be seen from their handwriting or calligraphic style. Similarly, sign calligraphy is seen as an expression of a business characters and values. While shop sign may be a straightforward matter, some business would commission written sign from famous calligraphers in order to establish strong brand images, as well as attract public attentions and good fortunes. Therefore, as you look at these pictures, you can see that many shops employ almost the same Chinese letterform for their shop sign. There are 8 shop signs in the pictures that they use the same Chinese letterform called BeiWei KaiShu, literally Northern Way. Why BeiWei KaiShu for shop sign was so popular? Dating back to the Qing dynasty, scholars excavated a range of stone inscriptions for the Wei and Jing periods, which involved a trend in calligraphy basing their personal style on BeiWei KaiShu. One of them was well-known calligrapher Jiu Him. Stylistically, the script was heavily influenced by stone carving techniques of the Northern Wei period, which involved making inscription by life on the right-hand side. Later, practitioner would create rubblings from such inscription for calligraphic study, using the brush to stimulate carving marks. They develop heavy and angular stroke with defined edge. On the left, it is the piece of calligraphy was rendered by Jiu Him to stimulate carving mark. Such revival of the style would be seen well into mid of 20th century Hong Kong, where some famous calligraphers would adopt a similar style when commissioned to write for shop sign, the most well-known of which is Ao Gin Gong, as you can see these pictures. As their work became wide imitated across the city. BeiWei KaiShu, as it is more commonly known today, that had established a unique prevalence in Hong Kong street and vernacular cultures since the 1950s and 60s. And you can see here is one of the examples, a shop sell glass. This is a shop sell noodles. As you can see, some attribute the style popularity to its easy, distinguishable stroke and overall as liveliness. According to Hua Guo, a street photographer in Hong Kong, mentioned BeiWei can convey an air of credible and trustworthy. It suggests for different types of business, such as traditional Chinese medicine shop, grocery, nightclub, and Chinese restaurant, so on and so forth. Why is that? In general, BeiWei is asymmetric in construction with heavier stroke weight and a lower contrast between thick and thin stroke, and it's more angular in form. Stroke endings and beginning are emphasis. So let's look at the following side example to further understand some of the key features. First feature is horizontal stroke. The beginning of a horizontal stroke is pressed from the opposite direction, create an angle failure. And brush stroke is generally thick and slightly curved, ending in a quick but rounded stop when compared to the normal KaiShu on the right-hand side. So this is another example placed inside the shop. And you can see the character from the left. The first one, Han, it means company. And you can see the second features of BeiWei KaiShu is vertical stroke. The vertical stroke is one of the features, most distinctive features in BeiWei. It with an intentionally elongating and sharp and resembling a live blade. This brings a sense of visual stability to the characters. And the third feature is about positive and negative space in BeiWei KaiShu. The similar weight of both horizontal and vertical stroke in BeiWei contribute to a low contrast between positive and negative space. One of the style features is extremely condensed and narrow negative space. This calligraphic style of BeiWei reached at a point of ubiquitous in Hong Kong during 1950 and 70, such that it could be found on site across a wide range of business. Why did BeiWei KaiShu on the shop side gradually disappear or decline? To answer this question, there's a couple reasons that may lead to a gradual decline and disappearance. For example, a few ordinances of dismantlement of unauthorized signboard issued by Hong Kong Building Department to regulate unauthorized or dangerous sign. So any sign of any types of sign exists a certain dimension, for example, are told to be dismantled. So here's the example. This is before and after photo. The signs were present on the left, and the sign was taken down on the left. And second reason is the emerging technology of photo typesetting rose in eminence. Many business in the past has turned to default computer fonts. And the third reason is the street sign calligraphy became a sunset industry. Generation of well-known BeiWei calligrapher passed. There were not many young generations willing to participate in this industry. Because of it, the market has been rapidly scaled down. So how does BeiWei KaiShu reappear? Designer Donian Chen of a trilingular design firm has been researching the historical development and calligraphic aesthetic of BeiWei in the social context of Hong Kong since 2011. He also been continue collecting and record the city physical historical signs. Part of them are in BeiWei. And you can see that there are different types of tools to be used for rendering BeiWei in different periods: knife, brush, and cursor. For Chen, he liked to use computer to present BeiWei KaiShu, but he is not direct copy the unique features of BeiWei. Through digital technology, Chen has extracted the essential of the style and recreate BeiWei as a new digital form called Zansyu. His work advocates beyond the preservation and continuations of BeiWei aesthetic and focus on the style revitalizations, meaning to reinterpret its creation with contemporary aesthetics perspective and medium. So this image shows that Chen practiced the same horizontal stroke for many times and experienced a different movement in order to understand the structures of the character until he certified the development of stroke. So the following are some of the key features of Zansyu Chen developed. This example is about single horizontal stroke. In Chinese characters, the horizontal stroke is a very common element, usually designed to be visually consistent in a font. In Zansyu, however, horizontal stroke has a number of different beginning marks, designed in response to different in character structures and varying relationship between brush. For example, on the left, some horizontal strokes show a type of reverse hook beginning, which serve an expression of the flow connectedness between two consecutive strokes. In the middle example, the stroke beginning showed a downward press followed by movement to the right. A third type of stroke beginning on the right is gentle tip upward, used for character with narrow spatial structures. So here example. So this is an example of Chinese character or book. It includes 8 types of horizontal stroke. On the left is a book from a sign, a shop sign in BeiWei KaiShu, showing relative consistent stroke, beginning and rather slapped brushwork. The same character in Zansyu picture on the right features a set of distinctly designed stroke beginnings and appear to be moved visually level. So as you can see another example of comparing two letterform, BeiWei and Zansyu. There are major differences in some stroke. According to Chen, Zansyu is not a vintage revival font, nor does it aim to intimate the stroke of a brush. It is a modern font set created with laser curves in a graphics software. Instead of recreate a textual feature in light and brush, Zansyu put a focus on delicate and smooth light qualities. At the same time, Chen intentionally simplified the shape of original stroke and eliminate much of the expressive characteristic of line and brush mark, only preserve the most essential lines and structure present in Zansyu BeiWei KaiShu calligraphy. So here's the step-by-step of how to develop Zansyu letterform, which mainly consists of 4 steps. So the first step is to study the structure of BeiWei through Asian works. And second step is to render by himself by brush to understand the whole structure of the characters. And the second step is to trace the shape of character in pencil to create draft. And the fourth step is to draw the characters in front software and making change to stroke weight, evening out varying size among characters. So here's the complete and finished versions. Currently, Zansyu has mostly been applied in advertisement titles and lettering design commissions. The limited number of characters developed so far has provided a great flexibility for typographic arrangement and transformation in design. In addition, Zansyu uniform as well as its vernacular cultural origins has generated much attention for the fonts in Hong Kong's local design scenes. So the following are some of the examples of Zansyu work. So this Zansyu example actually was designed for the local brand beer that is called Kowloon beer. It's designed by Dorian Chen for visual identity. So it's not just one type of brand, but it's a whole series of beer. Actually, Dorian Chen based on a different taste of the beer to design Zansyu for them. So Chen also designed based on Zansyu characteristic to design for a Cantonese Chinese restaurant, visual identity. And Zansyu was used different elements such as logo type, business card, and menus. So this is in order to present or design for logo type or visual identity. Actually, Zansyu was also designed for an interactive artwork combining neon lighting effect. So this effect actually is interactive installation. Whenever the participant hands-on and get closer to the word, actually the sound and the light will turn on. So I'd like to conclude my presentations. Starting from the early 1990s, Hong Kong saw a gradual decline of BeiWei signs as they largely disappear from the street. This was due to a couple of factors, among them technological advancement in personal computers and photo typesetting, the passing of elderly sign calligraphers, and rapidly urban development, and more. With this disappearance, visual aesthetics and vernacular significance of BeiWei was slowly being forgotten. Today, in 21st century, BeiWei has made a comeback, reimagining a new light with new media. Determined to rediscover the style aesthetics and preserve Hong Kong vernacular culture, designer Adonian Chen has been working on a digital form based on BeiWei KaiShu. Instead of purely imitating the style for logistic sake, Chen took into consideration differences and to reinterpret BeiWei that retain only its most essential quality of light and structure. So the design effort actually served to preserve and revitalize style uniqueness and historical value. So this is sustainable applied in visual identity design for viral industry, create at the same time exciting possibility across different media. Thank you.